Alright, we have a Season 14 Cup game here for the round of 64. This is going to be Ikoma Quant playing Phoenix versus Mirumoto Kai playing Dragon. We have Seeker of Air, Seeker of Void. Let's see here. The Phoenix deck is on Dragon Splash. We have 3 Let Go, 2 Ancient Master, 1 Tattooed Wanderer. The restricted list card is Tadaka. Alright, and then in the Dragon deck we have Crane Splash. Oh, this is interesting. So, 2 Storied Defeat. During a conflict, choose a character that has lost a duel. Bow that character. You may spend 1 fate to dishonor that character. Pretty good card if you have a lot of duels in the deck, which I'm guessing he does. He has also 3 Duelist Training and 3 Iaijutsu Master. There's some Mirumoto Daishos. The restricted list card is going to be Policy Debate. And we have a Proving Ground here, round 1 it looks like. No characters bought for Dragon. He's going to take the Passing Fate. Solemn Scholar from Phoenix. Interesting. We see a bid of 3 here from the Phoenix player. He does have a library, so he's only going to be down 1 card. I think bidding low is actually not a bad idea because that gives Dragon less honor to work with for the duels. But I think I would still bid 5 on round 1 probably. Just to get those cards. So Dragon has 3 Ancient Master, 3 Tattooed Wanderer for conflict characters. We could see one of those come down, or he could just pass and, like, you don't really care about the Solemn Scholar attack too much. We'll see what province he finds here. Oh, that's the other reason to bid 3 is that you're going to be attacking here and you don't want to hit Restoration of Balance with a lot of cards in your hand, so bidding 3 does make sense. Hey, Furbolgi, how's it going? So he finds Shameful Display. Seeker of Void gains a Fate, but probably not what Mirumoto Kai wanted him to hit here. If he does have an Ancient Master, that would be really good to prevent the break, if the Phoenix player does go for the break here. New mic? No, it's the same mic. Does it sound different? Okay, we see a Tattooed Wanderer from Phoenix. So the funny thing about this is this actually still lets him prevent the break. Yeah, so he can dishonor Solemn Scholar and honor Tattooed Wanderer. I think that was a bit of a mistake there. Sounds a bit different, but it's been a while, yeah. Not sure why. Ooh, and a pass. Yeah, so a bit of an unfortunate mistake there. You do have to remember that Shameful Display can be used on any 2 characters. It doesn't have to be one on his side and one on the other side. Yeah, unfortunate misplay there. He does still get the Earth Ring, and that's going to discard a Policy Debate at random. That's a good one to see. And, I mean, like, at least he didn't hit Pilgrimage there. We see an Against the Waves, but unfortunately this is a Dishonored Solemn Scholar now. Yeah, it does even up the hand size, definitely. So I'm guessing you just go back at Shameful here. You don't really want to... Actually, you could flip another one and hope it's Restoration. The other 2 are... Oh, wait. Probably attacks and tries to bonsai. Well, he has the political conflict left. So I'm looking at Dragon's provinces. He has Before the Throne, Upholding Authority, Restoration of Balance, Pilgrimage, and Shameful Display. So that province lineup, all of those are either on break or restoration or shameful. So I think Pilgrimage is going to be under the Stronghold, which is a little bit awkward with Seeker of Void. You don't get that Seeker Fate early on. But that does mean that the Solemn Scholar can safely attack a face-down province here, because if he hits Before the Throne or Upholding Authority, he just doesn't care. That gives him more information. And if he hits Restoration, he only hits 3, has to discard 3 cards. Can just get that out of the way early. So I think he should attack a face-down province. Yep. Before the Throne, okay. So yeah, this gives him more information. He knows that Restoration is under one of these 2 edge provinces now. So that will be easier to play around. Just going to be a pass. So yeah, I guess he just played that against the waves. Just to scout a province there, try to get more information, maybe hit Restoration and get that out of the way. Not a terrible use of it. The big thing this turn that was unfortunate was playing the Tattooed Wanderer. That was a big misplay. Like, he would have been able to get another free ring effect there. You could have gone air or fire. I mean, he still could have had an Ancient Master in his hand. We don't actually know. Or even just a Tattooed Wanderer. Phoenix gets the favor. So, like I said, not really a whole lot of damage on the Dragon player's side. He's down to 8 honor, but that's not really a big deal. And he's going to be going into this next turn with a lot of fate. 16 fate, in fact. So I imagine you discard the Mia Mystic. And yeah, I was going to say probably the Shunsen also. Keep the Investigator. Ooh, nice. Finds Yokuni here. And he is first player, so let's see. 5, 8. Yeah, you could just buy out your whole board here, potentially. If you buy like Yokuni with 3 fate and then Doom Shugenja, you still have 1 left. He might want to save more than 1 though if he has like a Daisho in his hand. So we might see just the Investigator or Investigator plus the Doom Shugenja, depending on how badly he wants the passing fate. Ethereal Dreamer, so still 8 fate left. Yeah, we are going to see the Doom Shugenja there. Phoenix takes the passing fate though. So yeah, you probably don't play Yokuni here. You just save your fate. You can always play him next turn. We'll see what the bids are. I wouldn't be surprised if Phoenix... Okay, he bids 3 again. Yeah, I was going to say you probably keep your bid low here. Like, you already have a reasonable number of cards, and you are getting to the point now where you're pressuring the honor a little bit. Plus, you still have the library going. Alright, so Ethereal Dreamer on the Void Ring. Interesting. Dragon has the first attack here. Okay, we see a Shrine Maiden that finds Cloud the Mind. So you can cloud the Investigator now. Seems good. Embrace the Void on Investigator, okay. He does have 2 5-fires in his deck, and plenty of fate here, so I think a fires on this Investigator would actually be not bad. You probably... do you cloud it now? Yeah, we do see the 5 fires. But I think that's fine for Dragon, to be honest, also. Like, it's a decent 5 fires, but Dragon is just like, okay, well, I still have a lot of fate. I'm just gonna play Yokuni next turn, right? He hasn't committed any attachments to this Investigator, so should be fine. We'll see what he can do this turn. Hasn't flipped any of those Phoenix provinces yet. We have, of course, the 2 air provinces and then Upholding Authority and Meditations in the row. It's actually kind of nice now because you don't care about hitting Meditations, so that's 1 less province to worry about. Thinking about Void, switching to Water. Back to Void. Yeah, I mean, Void does kind of seem like the best choice here. He is going to go for it. Although Air is not bad either. The other thing about going Void, though, is that the Ethereal Dreamer does have her boost on the Void Ring. But even if he defends with that, he would need to throw in the Shrine Maiden as well. Nope, we see no defense. This is Upholding Authority. So probably going to get to take a look at the Dragon player's hand. Yeah, we do see the Cloud the Mind come down. It's a bit counterproductive now because you just 5 fires this character and then played Cloud the Mind on it. Not exactly ideal. We do see a let go on the Cloud the Mind though. He does definitely want to get this ability off this turn if he can. We don't see another cloud, so he will be able to do that. What fate, or what ring do you put fate on here? You probably don't want to do Earth because that's what he wants to attack anyway, right? With the Solemn Scholar. I think it's between fire and water. I might actually just put it on fire. Because if he goes water, then you have to defend. Oh, he spends it to the Void Ring. Can you do that? Wait. No, he puts it on the Earth Ring. Okay. I was misreading that. Placing the... Why does it say that? That's kind of weird. I guess because he's attacking with the Void Ring as that text. But yeah, he puts the Fate on the Earth Ring. We'll see what he chooses to discard here. chooses let go. Okay. Against the Waves, 2 Ancient Masters, Clarity, Court Games, Fan, and Storm. So a lot of stuff in that hand there. Getting rid of the let go means that he can play his daishos now. Although the Phoenix player could draw another let go next turn, but that is one less that he's gotten out of the way. And upholding authority, so we're going to get to see both players' hands here. Discards 2 copies of Daisho. There are 3 in the deck, so he does still have one of those left. Let's see, Duelist Training, Fine Katana, Finger of Jade, 2 Hawk Tattoos, 2 Masters, and 2 Fans. Okay. We see the Finger of Jade come down on the Doom Shugenja. Probably so that you can't Against the Waves it, I guess. But, like, still, if he goes Earth or Water here, then you kind of have to defend anyway, don't you? Yeah, so he is going to go for the Earth Ring. That's why I was saying I'm not sure if you should put the Fade on it. Like, I get spreading the Fade out so there's just one on every ring, but that means, like, that's what Phoenix wanted to attack with anyway, so... So, like, now do you defend with the Doom Shugenja and then... I don't know. I guess if you don't defend and you attack, you still get him to spend the Against the Waves, which counts for something. Plus you could play a conflict character after that. Like, get him to use the Solemn Scholar on the Shugenja, and then, nope. Looks like it's going to be a defense. So, I mean, I guess if you defend this, then you could just play a conflict character and attack. I imagine he definitely wants to get that air ring if he can. There is a Supernatural Storm in the Phoenix player's hand. What else is there? This is political. Court Games doesn't do anything. Could play Clarity, I guess, but probably won't. Yeah, so I think if you really want to win this conflict, you just double Storm. Dragon can answer that with a Fan, but I think that's a trade that you're happy to take. Okay, we see Fan on the Dreamer. I didn't realize he had one of those. Okay, yeah, there it is. Mountains Anvil Castle. So yeah, I would just play my Storms as Phoenix, and like if he wants to trade the Fans for him, then I'm okay with that, I think. Does he have anything else? Like, playing that fan and just trading it for box was definitely not good. If you don't do anything else, that is. Yeah, Storm and the Ancient Masters is all he has left. So, uh, the upside, I guess, is that Dragon used the box while he was on one attachment here. He could actually just play the Duelist training, though. Well, after you Storm once, then you're tied. Oh, okay. So he's going to double against the waves. That works too. Why did he play the fan then, though? Yeah, I'm not really sure what the point of the fan was. Maybe he was trying to bait out a fan from Dragon. Oh, he plays another fan. Wow, so he's actually just going to go for the break here. Where'd he get a second fan? Oh no, that was Mirumoto Kai playing that fan. Okay. So he wants to force this break to get some honor back. That seems fair, and now he won't be able to keep farming that province. Discards the Fine Katana from the Earth Ring. And we saw, did he have any conflict characters? No. So this is kind of awkward now for Dragon. No conflict characters, so you can't attack here. And Phoenix actually doesn't really care too much about restoration here, so I think you just attack air at a face-down province. Seems like a good play. Or you could just go at Shameful also. Yeah, maybe you just go at Shameful. I mean, there is something to be said for attacking a face-down province here, right? Like, you could break Shameful. Okay, yeah, he is going at Shameful, it looks like. If you play your Storm, you can break Shameful. Unless he spends the... No, that wouldn't matter. Like, all he can do is Hawk Tattoo in and use Shameful, but since he's bowed, that doesn't do anything. Yeah, so I think you just break this. Like, the only downside now is that you don't know where Restoration is, and you're going to have to attack a face-down province next. So, I guess you just... If you bid one, then you just don't have any cards, though. So that is going to make it a little bit awkward. I might have liked to see him just go for the Yokuni province. But I'm not sure on that one. So Shameful is breaking. Yeah, like, I guess technically he could Hawk Tattoo in and then, like, play a bunch of attachments and use Duelist training, but that just doesn't really seem worth it to protect your province from breaking. And yeah, he has the favor, so he still gets the ring either way. So that is going to be a break. And it's not looking very good for dragon, honestly. Phoenix is still going to have a pretty good amount of fate here. And buying Yokuni against Phoenix is always a bit questionable because of those against the waves. Yeah, so he's actually just going to discard that. Ooh, and there's Tadaka. How much does that do? Let go and policy debate, so that's decent. Yeah, like this is the problem when you're playing against Phoenix and they draw their 5 fires, is like, do you put fate on your characters and then they just play 5 fires and kill all of them, or do you not put fate on your characters and then they just all die because they don't have fate on them? It's a bit of a lose-lose. Yokuni is not great here. He's just like a big pile of stats. Unless you also play the investigator, then you could potentially investigate twice this turn. It's per conflict, right? Yeah, one per conflict. Like Dragon has a ton of fate, and he doesn't have anything in his hand. So I feel like you kind of just have to play characters here, even though he can 5 fires you. Togashi Initiate with 2 fate. Phoenix passes. So maybe you play this, and then you play Investigator with 2 fate. And then the 5 fires is kind of awkward for him, even if he has the Investigator 1 fate. Okay. Even if he has the Embrace. Yeah, so, I mean, I guess if Phoenix plays 5 fires here, he's spending all his fate, although he is attacking first, so he can get 2 fate off a ring. But he's spending all his fate to not really do a whole lot. So you might be okay with that. Like, you just have to do the best with what you have, basically. We see Embrace the Void on the Togashi Initiate, so it looks like he is going to go for the Fires play. This will get him 2 fate back, and then 2 more from a ring, probably. So I think what you do here is you Fires, and then you go Military Water, and that way you can just bow the Investigator. Yep, there we see the 5 fires. You could have waited for the conflict and played it from your discard pile and then kept the one in your hand, but that would use up the stronghold for this turn. So if there is an upside here for Dragon, it's that you know that he's used both of his 5 fires now, so he has to use the stronghold if he wants to play another one. So it'll be a lot easier to see that coming. Dragon actually, since he has favorable ground, all he has to do is attack political and then move the investigator in, so maybe going water is not ideal. Maybe you just go fire. Yeah, I think fire is actually better here. Because if you don't go fire, then he goes fire and dishonors your Tadaka. Secluded Shrine on the air ring. You want to pick the ring that's least likely to get claimed here, since you're just going to be using this for favor. So I might have picked Void. I don't think anyone's going to, especially Phoenix, is not going to get Void. Okay, Ancient Master. Okay, so maybe he just pokes with the Ancient Master here. Or maybe he's just playing cards so that Restoration isn't as bad. Could play both Masters and then Restoration does nothing. And then if you attack with a Master, then... what's the other one? Upholding Authority does nothing because he just has one. Okay, now just gonna play one there, it looks like. That's another good reason to play the fires, actually, though, is you want to bring your hand size down, so playing the Embrace and the fires is 2 cards. Okay, he is going to go for the Water Ring. Let's see what he finds. He finds Upholding Authority. Like I said, I think I like fire better than water here, because Dragon is actually very happy to attack fire, but he doesn't really want to attack water. Plus, with the favorable grounds, bowing the Investigator is not too great. We're going to see a defense, maybe just to prevent unopposed. If he has an attachment, he could go for the win as well. And then probably play... Ooh, okay. Duelist training. So he can Stronghold now to go up to 3. And then do you use Duelist training? I don't know if you actually use it. He's ahead 2. Like, does using it really get you anything? Okay, your opponent passed, so yeah, you just pass now. Oh, he is going to use it, okay. So I guess he's hoping that Phoenix will give him some honor here, but I would just bid 1. I think we'll see a 1 on both sides. Like, Phoenix is already losing the conflict, so he doesn't really have anything to lose here from this duel. Oh, wow, he bids 4. Okay. So that is gonna get him the Water Ring, but that does cost him 3 honor. Interesting. Like, that was the trade Dragon was offering, I guess. Like, I feel like Dragon just always bids 1 there, because he doesn't have a lot of honor. Well, he only has 11 honor now, but Dragon is up to 8 from 5, so he's a lot safer. I don't know, that was kind of weird. Like, I think both players bidding 1 was the correct play there, because this Water Ring only matters if Dragon has no conflict characters in his hand, and I think with this line of play, he probably does have at least one conflict character. I mean, going for the watering in the first place is betting on him having no conflict characters, I guess. Oh, wow, it looks like he doesn't. He could just be saving one for the next conflict. He does still have one left. But this lets Tadaka attack fire now as well and get the other two fate. And he's just going to go at restoration now because he only has 5 cards. So a lot better than triggering upholding authority. Discards clarity of purpose. So yeah, I mean, what we've been seeing this game essentially is just like the Phoenix deck doing things and the Dragon deck not really being able to do things, because every time he tries to set something up, he just gets 5 fires. He moves in the Investigator here, so he will still get to investigate. We see a Clarity of Purpose get played. Sure. I guess that protects you from a conflict character attack. But like, if he had a conflict character, he should have just gone for fire, right? Puts a fate on the Earth Ring. Let's see what card he picks. There are only 3 cards left, so hopefully this decision won't take too long. Ancient Master, Censure, and Court Games. Discards the Ancient Master. Okay. Tadaka gets honored. Even if you have a conflict character at this point, I don't think you even play it. It would just be getting a fate off an Earth Ring, so you would be even on fate, and then he would defend and get a province effect, so doesn't seem that good. So, I mean, 2 cards to 10, that is something, I guess. But you can have all the cards in the world, but you still have to prevent your province from getting broken here. We'll see if he can do that. A Conjure District from Phoenix would probably close it out. We'll see what he finds here. Finds Solemn Scholar. Unfortunately, he just got rid of that shrine, but the Earth Ring does have 2 fate on it. So, I mean, you could just play Yokuni here. Like, the thing is, he can against the waves Yokuni, but then he's not using it on his honored Tadaka, so, like, that's okay, I guess. Like, what else are you going to do? I don't think just playing the Investigator and the Challenger is going to be enough. We see Prudent Challenger with 2 Fate. Investigator with 1 Fate, so same thing as last turn, I guess. You could consider playing Scholar here. That does give Dragon the passing fate. Yeah, so he's just going to take it. Both players bid 5, yeah. Like, Phoenix only had, what, 2 cards in hand, so he really needs to see cards. And he has plenty of honor, so Dragon just figured, okay, he's going to bid 5, I better bid 5 also. Just to have as many tools as he can to try and stop this Phoenix board from getting anything done. He knows that Phoenix has Censure in hand, but honestly, I don't think he's really going to be playing any events this turn anyway. The only events he has in his deck are Censure, Let Go, Policy Debate, and Storied Defeat. Policy Debate and Let Go are currently turned off by Tadaka. Censure is turned off because he doesn't have Favor, and Storied Defeat you can only play if you win a duel. So it's unlikely we'll see any events, I think. We see an Earth attack with the Kitsuki Investigator, going to try to... Ooh, Cloud the Mind, okay. And Fertile Fields means he gets to draw a card as well. And you can't play Let Go, of course, because of Tadaka, so probably just pass here. You could use the Stronghold if you want to break, but that's probably not very important. You're more concerned with not dying than you are with breaking Fertile Fields here. So we do see an Ornate Fan. There's a pass. So he will get the break. We haven't seen a display of power yet this game, have we? Yeah, so I think display of power here is quite likely. but there's not really much you can do about that. The only problem is like you attacked here hoping you could take out some of Phoenix's cards, but unfortunately you've actually just given him cards if he displays this. Daisho and Prudent Challenger. So he's playing attachments now so that if there is a display they don't get discarded. That is his last Daisho, so he wants that to stick. The problem though is you can't policy debate here. So it's just going to be like the Prudent Challenger duel and potentially the duelist training if he has another one of those. So yeah, we did see the display of power. Phoenix has 7, 10, 11 military. Plus whatever is in his hand. He needs to win by 7 to break the stronghold. So he's exactly breaking on board until Dragon uses the stronghold. But I'm sure he has at least one card in his hand that can do something here. Ooh, we see a let go on the Daisho. That is unfortunate. So yeah, I think Dragon is dead here. But we'll see. He'll have to have some crazy stuff in his hand if he wants to survive this. What could he have? How many conflict characters have we seen? Wow, he hasn't played any conflict characters this game. I wonder if he has any in his hand. Embrace the Void on Challenger, okay. Yeah, like, I guess even if you don't break this turn, you just fires again, and then your first player next turn, and you just break. Like, if Mirumoto Kai just has a bunch of events in his hand, then he's probably dead. If he has some Wanderers, let's see. He would need at least 2 Wanderers to not be dead. Okay, Pilgrimage with the firing. I don't really like the firing here. You knew it was Pilgrimage, so I think you should have just gone for one of the rings with the fate on it. Pilgrimage on the stronghold means that you're never going to get the ring effect, because if you break it, you win the game, and if you don't break it, then Pilgrimage cancels it. We see an Iaijutsu Master. That's going to be 5 after Stronghold. So It's not quite enough because Phoenix could box to play Storm for +1, so he might need something else. See a pass. We see another master. Wow. What's he gonna do here? Like, dueling him doesn't really do anything, does it? Other than draw a card if you win. Okay, so he is gonna duel. What do you bid here? Like, I wonder if you just bid to win as Phoenix so that he doesn't draw a card. Oh, wow. I guess with the Masters, it's kind of hard to actually win. So Kai bids 4. He's going to use the Masters to drop down to 2. I would have bid 3 there because then, worst case scenario, your opponent bids 5 and you can go up to 5 and win. And if they bid 1, then yeah, he realizes that 3 was the correct. If they bid 1, then you just go down to 1 and you don't have to give them any honor. So either way, you don't give honor. Still, though, it's only 1 honor, so it's not really a big deal. I don't think that's going to make or break this game. Or 1. Wait, why 1? Did he think that the Prudent Challengers duel did something else? I'm not really sure what he meant by that. Hawk Tattoo. So it's not breaking now. But yeah, like, I think as Phoenix, you probably just fires now. And then all of these attachments get wasted and you just break next turn. You only have 1 Shugenja on the board. Okay, we see a Shrine Maiden that's going to find Cloud and Display. It is breaking again, so Dragon has to do something else, probably Stronghold, I would imagine. Playing the Hawk Tattoo instead of the Stronghold was a little bit odd, actually. Oh, playing the Shrine Maiden means that he can't fires now. I wonder why he played the Embrace then. Again, you should have just attacked a ring with Fate, right? Because it's Pilgrimage, so you just take the free Fate. We see a Tattooed Wanderer. Still saving the Stronghold for some reason. Wow, Supernatural Storm, okay. Not even for the break. He has to play that again. Yeah, like I don't really like this line. Um like the dragon player put all of those attachments on the challenger, so I definitely prefer just doing the fires play here, especially since you already committed the Embrace the Void. And then next turn, you just break the Stronghold because you still have your board, and you could play a bunch of little Shugenjas for your Storms. I think that was the safer play. Wow, another Hawk Tattoo on the Prudent Challenger. Still hasn't used the Stronghold. What is he saving that for? A little bit confused. Yeah, there's the pass. So, like, I think the only reason not to do the fires play there was if you think you can break. So since he didn't break and he didn't get to play fires, now he just didn't get anything out of that. Not even a ring fate. It's a little bit questionable. Yeah, and they're both just going to pass through here. So, I mean, Phoenix is still going to be first player next turn. If he can play a lot of Shugenja, he can get this Storm to a good number. If he finds, like, let's see, does he have Atsuko? Yeah, he does have two Atsuko in the deck, so if he finds one of those, that will be pretty strong. You're giving Dragon another turn to find something that he needs here, like another duelist training. That would be pretty strong. Probably a terrible all-in, yeah. Again, I prefer just doing the 5 fires play there. Okay, no little Shugenja here for Phoenix, but he does finally find the Kandra district, and it is luckily on an unbroken province, so if this game does go another turn after this, he'll still have that. Also finds Ujina here, which is pretty good, and there's 2 Fate on the Void Ring now. So I think we are going to see a Void attack at the Stronghold. A couple of... Ooh, Mirumoto Dojo. That just removes Fate, though, so that's not really great here. Here's the Shugenja. Uses the dupe on Tadaka, yep. So Dragon can Cloud here. He has a Shugenja for that. So the question is, do you play another character now? Do you need Passing Fate? You have 7 Fate. I feel like you can give up the Passing Fate and be fine. Yeah, okay. So Phoenix does get the Passing Fate. Both players bid 5. Honor is no longer a concern. They just want to get all of the cards. The problem, though, with putting all these attachments on the Prudent Challenger, though, is that now the Conjo District can just send her home. I believe we've seen 2 let goes. Yeah. How many clouds are in the dragon deck? 3 clouds. And hasn't played any of them. I believe we saw at least one in his hand. Off of Upholding Authority. So he should have at least 1 cloud here. What are we waiting on right now? Well, we're in the conflict phase. It looks like they've both passed. So, nothing. So yeah, it's going to be the political void. He has a court games in his hand that we haven't seen him play yet, so he can honor Ujina. He gets 2 fate from the Void Ring, and the nice thing is... Oh, stream was frozen, okay. The nice thing is, even though the ring effect will get cancelled, if he doesn't break, he can still Ujina somebody. Although that might not matter because we just see defense with both of the 0 fate characters. He could just play fires, I guess. Like, if you're winning but not breaking, you just play fires, and then you remove from game the challenger, right? Like, he has 9 fate. Yeah, so defense with skill 8. Finger of Jade. What is Finger of Jade for? I'm actually not sure what that Finger of Jade is for. I don't think it actually really does anything here. We see Clarity of Purpose on Tadaka. I mean, Conjo, I guess. But, like, he's just going to break on the military attack anyway. Yeah, so I think that's the play. If you have another Clarity in hand, you play it on Ujina. But otherwise, I would just fires here, and then Void Ring kills the Prudent Challenger. Yep, we do see the fires. And then you just, like, even with just Tadaka, I think you just break. Because you still have the Yojimbo, so yeah, Tadaka plus the Yojimbo is 11. He can defend with, like, 1 character, and then you Conjo it. You do have to win this conflict first, of course. But he has the court games, so that shouldn't be a problem. No court games in the Dragon deck, but I guess even if he did, he probably wouldn't be able to play it right now because of Tadaka. So if you have Cloud, you can Cloud Ujina. Well, actually, we know he has Cloud, so you can Cloud Ujina to save your Prudent Challenger. You need him to not have let go, of course. Unless you have 2 Clouds. But I think no matter what, Dragon is still going to be dead here. I think he just isn't going to have enough. Ooh, wow, he passes. No Finger of Jade on the Prudent Challenger, so yeah, that's going to be dead. There it goes. Like, what do you even do now? I don't think there's anything you can do at this point. Yeah, passes his conflict. If you have... Okay, yeah, I was about to say if you have Against the Waves, you can just stand Ugina, just in case. So he's going to have 15 military now. Should be plenty. Like, I don't think there's anything in the Dragon deck that can save him at this point. He only has 3 Fate. I'm not sure why he didn't play the Cloud on Ugina, but I guess it doesn't really matter, since it would have just gotten conjured anyway. Yeah, like Phoenix can just pass here, and as soon as Dragon plays anything that's even remotely threatening, you just use Conjo on it. Again, going Fire, not that it matters at all since you just win the game here, but you should have actually gone Air, since it had 2 Fate on it. Again, with Pilgrimage being under the Stronghold, you either break, which means you win the game, or you don't break, which means you don't get the ring effect. So either way, you don't get any value out of the actual ring unless it's like Ugina with the Void Ring. But yeah, that is going to be the game. Unfortunately, the Dragon deck was not able to do its thing. Phoenix was just able to keep everything under control by playing 5 fires every turn. Definitely a strong card. So yeah, ikoma quant wins. He will move on to the round of 32, where he will play against either another dragon or a lion. Should be interesting. Yeah, he had 2 clouds, so he could have played those. I'm not really sure why he didn't, but probably didn't really matter anyway. So yeah, that's going to do it for this game. Thanks everybody for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.